chronic state of overstimulation, which eventually leads to adrenal blowout and immune system failure and ultimately accelerated aging. And so, you know, a guy like Michael Jackson, is they become addicted to drugs because they don't know how else to function, and their body is shut down a long time ago. They basically burn themselves out. Now, adapting the higher energetic states takes some time. It takes a lot of patience. Now, you can go up energetically if you take the slower approach and eventually be able to live in states of ecstasy. If you've ever read stories of saints and things, they talk about living in a state of perpetual ecstasy. They are actually living in a state that's akin to what a rock star is on stage, because their nervous system has evolved enough to be able to handle these high-frequency energies. So if you just come onto the program, you go through these energetic, you're becoming energetically full, and then you want to go higher and higher and higher, you know, it's better just to sit where you are and to chill out and relax, because the changes are continuing to take root in your life, and their changes are taking root in your nervous system. It takes time for the body's nervous system to grow in response to the energetic changes that are taking place. The changes in your life, there's always going to be a time lag between feeling good and expressing that on the outward plane, on the physical plane. So if you are coming in, you have a lot of problems, maybe you have emotional problems, financial problems, relationship things. You obviously are here because you feel good, because the machines begin to take away negativity. But they also will begin to show you parts of yourself that don't work. So there's going to be a struggle phase, which is really like the character building phase, and that's reorienting, rewiring your psyche and also your physiology to be able to handle states of ecstasy. A lot of times people, if they're wired to fail, you know, impatience is a great way to wire yourself to fail, is you come and you try things, you break it, and then you move on. You say, well, I tried that, it didn't work. Well, it didn't work because you didn't allow the phase of growth and the phase of silence. Now, the value of silence is not to be underestimated. If you immerse yourself in silence, you're basically immersing yourself in the frequencies of the earth field effect. And these are the things that will nurture and allow your body to strengthen itself to the point that you can really evolve and grow to the next level. So periods of silence, adding periods of silence into your life to allow the changes to take place from the unified field technologies that we're generating is a very vital stage to allow you to grow beyond your own resistance levels. And your own resistance levels are going to be your own beliefs about the way the world exists. Maybe you have chronic beliefs. Maybe you've never been able to achieve certain things in your life. You've never been able to have a relationship that works. All these nevers are fundamentally belief systems that self-perpetuate themselves, that prove to you that it doesn't work. It's just a program and it's a belief system. In order to go beyond these belief systems, we have to go through the struggle phase where we're re-experiencing things that are not working again, and then getting out the other side. And the way to do that is just, with these technologies, is just to be patient and to sit through it and feel it and move on and let it go. The beauty of the bioresonance and the etheric water is it will close the window of the period of the transition between one level to the next into a matter of maybe a day or a week, which may have taken a month or a year. It doesn't mean that these cycles will not happen. It doesn't mean that you won't feel bad. You will feel bad at times. But the windows will be very swift if you know what to do. Now, we recently have this new tachyon technology, the tachyon wands, that are phenomenal for clearing resistant blocks that come up over the course of the treatment on the program. So Bill's been using these wands for, as long as I've known him, and it was only, he had these wands, and, I get to the point like, oh, shit, I'm not feeling so great. Bill treats me with a wand, all of a sudden I feel happy, because I go through the same stuff that everyone else on the program is going through. The only difference is I've been on it longer, and I maybe understand it a little better. That's it. But I also, have been getting, treated with these wands from Bill more directly, so I've been able to move through things that maybe some of the other members have not been able to. So, like, the wands that we're beginning to sell, these wands, they're an incredible tool, this tachyon energy stuff, which is a component also in the water. But the tachyon energy literally seems to erase the negative memory codes that we have about the past. And so one of my big issues is I've never been able to find a mate. So I have a series of transitory relationships with women, and it all falls apart. That's been my lifelong pattern. And so only recently, in even the last few months, have the lens, the fear of not being able to find a mate is now leaving me. I'm getting to the point where I feel very comfortable with myself. And also I know that I can attract in women almost at will at any time because the memories of the past have been erased. And a huge component of this literally is the use of the tachyon wands. So a way to kind of help you through the blocks in your life or the parts in the program that may be a little difficult is simply just to pick up one of these wands. And they're going to be relatively low cost, and I'll send out a newsletter about that in a few days or maybe tomorrow, and we'll be able to move you through that stuff. But basically, just look at improving the power of incremental change is about simply improving your life, changing your philosophy from one of immediate gratification to more of a long-term viewpoint, and that you can produce lasting changes by simply taking simple actions on a daily basis to build yourself up to the point that you can handle the greater experiences down the road. Because down the road on these machines, you're going to be able to handle so much energy and experience so much bliss and happiness that the body needs time to adapt to these changes. So do not overdo it energetically. You're moving ahead very fast, even on the lowest machine, even on machine 3, that there's no need to rush. And I found that the people that really weren't concerned about going up fast are the ones that long-term are doing better than the ones that maybe had jumped up a level just because they thought, well, that's the right thing to do because I want to get there quicker. You'll get there quicker by going slower. And that's all I need to say. And I'll turn it over to Bill.
Well, Kevin, that was a very eloquent group of statements there. Actually, Kevin and I have been working together as business partners for some time now. But there was an initial stage when Kevin responded very quickly to the energy, instantly actually, and that's because of all the work he had done before that and the humbling experiences that he had before that, which allowed him to be open. There are two things that characterize a very advanced person, an ascended person, I would say, maybe more than anything else. And one is very great amount of unconditional love. The most ascended person would be the one that was able to feel and put out unconditional love. And the other one is complete, total humility. Everyone is above you as far as you're concerned, and you could care less. So when Jesus washed everyone's feet, that was a symbol of total and complete humility. He was willing to do everything for everyone else in a very, very basic way. And in that way, in total humility, he was able to meet God face to face. The unconditional love is a byproduct of that, because if you have a one-on-one relationship with the Holy Spirit, which is what a mystical Christian seeks, any mystic seeks, but a mystical Christian in my case seeks, then what you have is total humility, complete openness, childlike openness, because that's what a child is. It's completely humble. They're totally open to everything. They want to be led by God. They want to be led by divinity. They don't want to be egoic. They don't want to be a pushy or anything. They simply want to be led like a child. And in leading like a child, you can only exude unconditional love. So what Jesus was basically saying is that you can be one with divinity because you're the temple of the Holy Spirit. But in order for